In the dark of the night when the stars align, there's a place you can go where the stories unwind. Slavs in the chair bringing news from the skies. All things DC, it's where the truth lies from.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Thursday Night's The Watchtower, where we talk DC. That's right, all DC talk tonight. So let's get into it, guys. We're going to talk about Superman mostly. There's a lot of Superman stuff going on, and I want to find out, after these latest trailers for Jurassic World and Fantastic Four, the other two big projects in July, if your box office predictions have changed for Superman. So let's sit back and get into it. How's it going, everybody? Welcome. Who do we got here today? We got Hope for Life. We got Xander Wild. I've seen Trayvon in here, and I've seen some pretty wild predictions for sure. That's for damn sure. I've seen some wild predictions. I see Hope for Life saying still 600 to 700 million. I think Xander says 1.5 billion, but that's flaky, he says. We got Trayvon saying 2 billion. Oh, jeez, that's wild to me. That's just wild to me. Now, we'll get into that, though. We got a few other topics that I want to talk about before we get into that, because there's some pretty cool things going on in the Superman realm as we build up to the summer of Superman, as we start to prepare for the summer of Superman. Now, I do hope and you've all had a good week, and did you enjoy the new trailers for the other projects that are coming out? And there's been a lot of back and forth between the comic book movie fandom and the movie-going fandom because of it. It has been a fun week, regardless. But we got Manuous Time in here. Hey, Slav, I see you're wearing Superman shirt, looking good as always. Yes, I am. Thank you. We got Otito in here. Hello, what's going on? Now, if you think if I sound a little strange, I am a little under the weather. I got a little sinus thing going on. Something's going around the house. So I do apologize. I'm going to try and keep my sniffling to a minimum here. I'll do my best. I will do my best. But if I do happen to cut the show a little bit short, that's why. So I do apologize. But I'm going to try and go for the whole hour. I'm going to push for it. Anyway, Otito says, hey, why do you hate Civil War? This is a DC show. We're not going to talk about Marvel, but yes, I do hate Captain America Civil War. And again, you know what? We'll make that a topic this month on the main show. I will make it some sort of topic or something like that. So be on the lookout for that. I plan on doing that. I will put that in my notes right now. Podcast, why I dislike Captain America Civil War. There. It's in my notes, so it is there now. So you can find out why within the next week or two. All right? Cool. All right. All right, let's first jump in. If you don't, the link is in the chat. I will throw it in here again. Join up on the Discord if you haven't yet. I don't know if you are a Discord user, but I am trying to build out the Discord here. As you can see, this is the general chat. I'm getting some people in here. I want to build this community. I want this to be a little area where we can all gather together and just have a good discussion, positive talk on a daily basis, just about all things movies. It could be DC, it could be Marvel, it could be anything of that sort. And as you can see, all the different channels on the side here, we got the general chat, video suggestions. So if you have a suggestion for me to do some kind of videos or even main topics for the podcast, whether it's the Watchtower or my main show, you can put it in here. Then we have the Watchtower stuff. We have things, movies when it comes to Warner Brothers, or if there's any leaks that come out. And then we have Marvel, we have Star Wars, we have entertainment, gaming chat. We have fan art submission, and we can add more if we feel that we need to add more. So I do encourage you all to join the Discord. I really want to, like I said, build this community. I think it could be a lot of fun if we get a lot of people in here and really start conversing. So yeah, and then if you join, let's get more people added to it. Invite others to it. You see the link there? Share the link, throw the link to other people, get them to join in. And there is some rules at the top, and you do need to kind of abide by them. Otherwise, we will eventually kick you out if you don't follow them. But I want to have some fun in the community. So join the community at the Discord. I think we could all have a lot of fun there. All right. Let's get on with the first thing. Now, this dropped, I guess it was today. Yeah, today's the 6th, right? So this dropped. This is Dan Mora's cover for the reprint of Action Comics #1, which will be released on Superman Day. This is exciting. Now, Superman Day is April 18th, and it's all part of the buildup during the summer of Superman. Look, I'm going to tell you this. This summer of Superman isn't just about Superman coming out in July, because yes, that is part of it. That is a big part of it. But they're really taking this summer of Superman to another level. They're doing things when it comes to comics. They're doing things when it comes to movies. They are really pushing this whole idea of the summer of Superman being absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. And one of the things they're doing is reprinting a whole bunch of comics. And one of the comics they're reprinting is Action Comics #1. And Dan Mora, who is a very, very well-established cover artist for DC. He's done some writing. He's done some other things as well, but he is a very well-established cover artist. Redid the cover and utilized David Cornsweet's Superman. And it looks absolutely fantastic. Now, this came out a couple weeks ago, and I'm ashamed that I didn't cover this. I should have covered it, but there's so much other stuff going on, and we talk about the movies and the entertainment stuff all the time. But I need to get better at talking about the publishing side as well. I know you guys need to call me out for it. If I don't talk about the publishing side enough, yell at me, call me out for it, because I need to. This is DC. This is DC Talk. This is the Watchtower. We talk all things DC, whether it's movies, TV, or publishing. That means comics as well. So call me out for it. This was just a couple weeks ago, and this was the details on this summer of Superman when it comes to the publishing side. And it is really, really cool. Like I said, Dan Slott joins Joshua Williamson, Mark Waid, and George Jimen, I can't say that name, for DC Summer of Superman Special #1. And they're doing so much more than just that. I mean, I encourage you to go to DC.com. They talk about all of this. I'm not going to read it verbatim because that would get boring. But the highlights that I want to talk about here is some of the things they highlighted. The Summer of Superman Special #1 comes out on April 16th. Then they have Superman #25 coming out on April 23rd. Superman the World, June 24th. Superman's Good Guy Gang, July 1st. Now, celebrate the Man of Steel on Superman Day, April 18th. In celebration of Superman Day on April 18th, the 1938 publication date for the iconic Action Comics #1, DC has curated an epically heroic and heartwarming list of titles featuring the Man of Steel. Available at participating booksellers, mass market, and online retailers, All-Star Superman Deluxe Superman Day Edition hardcover, new dust jacket featuring art by Frank Quietly. Superman Unchained Deluxe Superman Day Edition hardcover, new dust jacket featuring art by Jim Lee. So that's going to be cool. They're re-releasing some of this stuff with new artwork to celebrate this whole event. Then they're also going to be doing All-Star Superman special edition by Grant Morrison and Frank Quietly. Superman for All Seasons, Book 1 special edition by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale, and a whole bunch more. This is going to be a huge summer. And we talk about this constantly, and I think a lot of us didn't quite understand how big the summer of Superman was going to be. Hence why I wore one of my Superman shirts today. I wore it because this discussion about Superman, how big it's going to be this summer, is massive. And I keep telling people, once they start diving into the marketing for Superman this year, it's going to be huge. People are not going to be able to get away from Superman. Superman is going to be everywhere. So when that movie does come out, people are going to be like, of course, Superman. We got to go see Superman. Superman's been everywhere. That's the point. And the fact that they're doing something like this to signify, like, they're showcasing the David Cornsweet Superman on this new exclusive cover, which I'm going to do my damnedest to pick up. Because they're doing this, it's going to showcase when people buy this, and they're showing it on TV. You know damn well that they're going to go on the Today Show or Good Morning America and stuff like that to promote this summer of Superman. And when they're doing that, they're going to showcase this look more than the other looks. Absolutely, they'll showcase the looks in the comics, but it's all about Superman. It's all about showcasing and talking up the movie as well. And that's what is exciting, because this summer is going to be huge. Absolutely huge. Absolutely. I can't wait. I really can't wait. I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's going to be way more exciting of a marketing push than I think anybody really truly understands. And when you sit back and you think about it, and everybody sits back and they're like, well, they're not going to the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is nothing compared to this marketing push that they're going to be doing for the summer of Superman. And that's what it really comes down to. And I think people, once they see that, they're going to forget about the Super Bowl. They're going to forget about, oh, they weren't at the Super Bowl, because all that's going to be on people's minds is Superman. That's all that's going to be on their minds. And that's huge, because again, we just looked at the publication side. What are they going to do when it comes to movies? What are they going to do when it comes to animation? I guarantee they probably have plans for toys. I'm sure they have plans for re-releasing animated films and things like that. I would be shocked if they didn't. If they're really pushing this whole summer of Superman, that's what they need to do. Get people just excited about Superman as a character. That's what they need to do. And I think that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the summer of Superman. How do you think it's going to play out? Do you think it's going to blow everything else out of the water when it comes to marketing, for not just for the comics and the publishing, but for the Superman movie? What are you guys saying over here? We got Trayvon says, you should make a hot take video for all pop culture like you did solely with DC. Did I do one solely for DC? I forgot. I've made so many videos, man. I've done hot takes for a lot of things. Even on my Bridging to Geekdom's channel, I've done hot takes over there. So, but yeah, I could do that for all pop culture. Absolutely. Xander says, Slav, you may show my new art piece I made on this live. I can do that. Yeah. So for like in our Discord, we can put up art, and Xander made a David Dashmoshin. I can't say his name. I always just remember Chin as the Joker, which is really cool. Again, that's what the fan art submission is all about. Throw your fan art up in here and I will showcase it on the show. If it's DC oriented, I'll showcase it on DC. I'm all about on the Watchtower. I'm all about showcasing fan art. Absolutely. Trevon says, to explain why there's no Super Bowl trailer for Superman, there's no need. Exactly. We just went over why there's no need, because the summer of Superman. Hope for Life. That's okay, Slav. You didn't have to cover the Summer of Superman comic. Truth 31 already did that. Hey, the thing is I don't want to make it like I'm not covering all aspects of DC. I don't want it to seem like I'm just covering the movies or just covering this or that. Like I do want to encompass as much of it as possible, because I want you all to be like, hey, this is a place to go to talk about all things DC. That's what I want the Watchtower to be. I don't want it to just be movies. So again, if you guys I'll sit there and think like, man, he just never talks comics. Call me out on it. Call me out if it's like, man, you never talk comics, or you never talk this, or you never talk that. Call me out on it. I'm more than happy to talk about that stuff. It's just sometimes I get too excited, or I don't even, it sometimes just doesn't cross my mind to talk about it, because a lot of people don't read the comics. If you catch my drift, like a lot of people are more interested in the movie and the animation and the TV side of things. And when it comes to comics, that's more of a niche type of thing. And I think I'm used to covering the bigger stuff and not the niche. And I need to understand that a lot of the people that are going to be watching this show, I hope, are more into the niche. And I need to start understanding that. Andre, what's going on? Superman trailer number 1, April 18th, 100%. Maybe. I still think it could be CinemaCon. CinemaCon is still a possibility, but that's not a bad, not a bad estimation right there, Andre. It's really not. Trayvon, Superman this year. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Hope for life. I wouldn't be surprised if that actually happens, Andre. It would be perfect synergy, in my opinion, since April 18th is Superman Day. Kavari. We just need good DC games. That's true. We do. We haven't had, like I said, we haven't had a good one since Arkham Knight, in my opinion. Man of Steel, Mangolias. Heat Vision, that like button. Yes! Heat Vision, that like button. I like that. Xander Wild. I'm definitely going to buy comics and figures. Yeah, I've never been into buying. The only figures that I ever really bought through my entire life were Star Wars action figures. And I collected them for quite some time. I didn't even play with, I played with them when I was a kid. And then when I got older, I just started collecting them. I never really collected any other figures. I started collecting pop figures a little while back, not too long ago, and I was like, this is stupid. And even those were Star Wars. I got some of the Justice League, the Zack Snyder Justice League ones, and that was about it. Now I have a 3D printer, so I 3D print things that I want that are cool. So I have like busts of like Peacemaker and Superman and Batman and things like that I've made, and magnets and stuff like that of DC and things. But I just I don't buy the action figures. I just don't. I don't know why. I've just never been a big person into that. Man, it was time. Some people forget that Super Bowl doesn't have the same effect it once had when it comes to ads. It helps, yes, but many great movies didn't have Super Bowl ads. Again, you're right. And the thing about the Super Bowl is it has never, not once, ever guaranteed a movie to be a success, and not putting an ad there has never guaranteed a movie to fail. So putting it there or not putting it there doesn't do it justice, one way or the other. It doesn't. Like, it's just a way to get people's eyes on it, to make sure people are aware that the movie is there. Now, could their marketing have changed if the Superman teaser didn't do well? Possibly, but because that teaser did so well, I don't think it's necessary at this point in time. Would I have liked to have seen another trailer? Absolutely. But am I upset that there isn't one? No, I mean, it is what it is. I'm confident that what they're doing is going to work. I do. Oh, Tito, you want to talk DC? Okay, first of all, I need a Circe power up like a motherfucker, and literally God being manhandled by an overgrown ferret. Okay, we've talked about this, Otito. Jeez. Otito says Superman grossing 900 million. I'm calling it. All right. Hey, we'll hold you to it. Kavari just announced a Superman game alongside with the movie, and that's the only marketing you need. They really don't do game tie-ins with movies anymore, do they? I don't think they really do anymore. That's a thing of the past. Trayvon, a Superman game made in secret, that's possible. Man, it's time. Based on the time Superman comes, do you still believe it'll be Summer of Superman or Summer of Superman or Super Fan 4 Sick? It's Summer of Superman still. It really is. It's not I know people were trying to twist it for, trying to do like a Barbenheimer or what was it? Barbenheimer or Barbenheimer. I know that's what they're trying to do. And, they don't need to. I keep saying this, and I know I even said this before. Even when I believed that Fantastic Four was going to move out of July, even if it doesn't move, there's still money. There's still a chance for all three of those movies to make money. There is. Like, remember, movies can stay in theaters for 30 to 60 days to 90 days to 120 days. They don't just stay in for 20, 10, 15 days. They don't. So while those first 2 weeks are very important, yes, each movie has about 14 days before the other one comes out, roughly. So, like the 2 weeks that are very important, each movie has. And then the longevity of the film, if they are all good, which I don't think Jurassic World looks very good, but that could change. But if they all are good, then the longevity is fine because that gives people time to, all right, I want to see Jurassic World, but I really want to see Superman. So I'm going to save my money. I'm going to see Superman, and then I'm going to see Jurassic World later. Or I really want to see Fantastic Four, but I really want to see Superman. Let me see how the reviews are for Superman. Oh, the reviews are good. All right, I'm going to go see Superman, and then in a few weeks, I'll go see the Fantastic Four. Like, that's how people will play it. And I don't understand why people can't understand that. Let's not forget that there's things like the AMC pass, or Cinemark has a pass, or Regal has a pass. Like, they all have these memberships now where you can go see multiple movies in a week or in a month now for one low fee. And you can do what is it? AMC just update, I know, but it's 4 movies in a week now. So I mean, there's these aspects and these things that allow people to go see these movies multiple times or go see multiple movies. It's not like it's impossible for people to see these films. There's people who sit there and act like, oh, well, 3 movies come out in a month. Everybody's going to go see one of them. That's it. Nobody, nope. 3 movies in a month? No way people are going to see 3 movies. There's no way possible. Well, first off, it's not in 1 month. It's within a 90 to 120 day period that people have to see these 3 movies. And it's very possible. So I'm not worried about it. I went on a little rant there. I'm sorry. Kavari, should we be worried that Supergirl a movie over Wonder Woman? No, I don't think we should be worried about that. I think eventually we'll get another Wonder Woman movie, but as James Gunn said, they weren't intending to make the Supergirl movie next until they saw the script, and the script blew them away, and that's why they put it into production. The script was just that good, and that encourages me. That shows me that they have a lot of confidence in the movie, so that's a good thing. Andre says The Flash had a Super Bowl ad and it flopped. Very true. Richard Lai. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names. Superman 2025 getting the Summer of Superman is the most marketing of a Superman in Warner Brother history. Do you agree? We'll see how it plays out. We'll see how the marketing plays out. But it probably will be the most marketing for a Superman ever. I remember Superman Returns had a decent amount of marketing because I was really excited about it back in 2006. I was working at Hollywood Video back then, and me and a couple coworkers, we were like pumped about that movie. And I remember we were pumped about that and X-Men The Last Stand? Was that the one that came out around the same time? And because it was the whole thing where Bryan Singer left X-Men to go work on Superman, and was Last Stand before Superman Returns? I don't remember now. It's been so long, but I just remember we were debating on which one was going to be better. And yeah, so I do remember that there was decent marketing. I went and saw Superman Returns at midnight. Man, I miss midnight releases. Oh, not at my age. I wouldn't want to do it, but back then I miss it. Man OS Time, by the way, I hate the Henry Braham hate on X. Outside of the comic book movies, he was behind Legend of Tarzan, Nanny McPhee, and the second Maleficent. Beautiful movies, yet people talk about the Flash. See, this is when people don't know what they're talking about. They hear the word or the title cinematographer, and they think, oh, well, obviously he does everything, and he's just does this, and he was the cinematographer on this. And they don't look at his work. They don't go back and see everything that this person has done. They don't realize that a cinematographer is also part of the staff of the movie. The director and cinematographer work together. So he's shooting what the director wants, and the director and he work close together. So while he is a good cinematographer, and he could have a bad day at the office, just as directors have bad days at the office. And I'm not putting this on Muschietti. I'm not putting it on Henry. I'm just saying that maybe the two of them just didn't mesh well together, and it had them have a bad day at the office. Or maybe it was just because that type of movie wasn't up either of their alley. Who knows? Because we don't know. We don't know the full story behind it. But like you said, he's shot so many other films that look good. So sometimes you have a bad day at the office. Sometimes you go to work and you're just not feeling well. Sometimes you just work on a project and it's not the best you can do. It is what it is. People just don't understand that, though. Kavaris asks, have you compared Fantastic Four trailer views versus Superman views? We will get to that after this here, after I go through this here, and then I have to play a little ad here in a second, and then we'll get to that. Andre says, with all due respect, and I want Fantastic Four to be successful, but Superman is going to trample those two movies in terms of box office, in my opinion. Look, I want Fantastic Four to do well. I hope it does well. I hope it's a damn good movie. I've been wanting it to be a good movie, but I agree. I do hope Superman tramples it too. Richard says, I think it's Snyder fanatics that want Superman to fail. You're right. You're not wrong there. He also says, script comes first, and that should be the standard. 100%. Trevon says, Hollywood Video. Man, yeah, I worked there for many years. I was a manager of a few stores. It's one of my favorite jobs I ever had. One of my favorite jobs ever. Boy. All right. Okay. So before we move on to the next topic, which is the main topic of the day, I do have an ad I want to play. I'm kind of excited about this ad. I wasn't expecting this, and I think it's just really cool. I think you guys are going to enjoy this. So sit back. It's just a couple minutes long, but I encourage you to stay and watch it because I think you guys are going to love it. So just check it out. And here you go. Are you suffering from chronic Zack Snyder obsession disorder? Do you find yourself unable to move past the dark, brooding world of Snyder's DC films, even as new DC releases roll out? Do you experience intense flashbacks to epic battle scenes and iconic visual effects, while simultaneously bashing every new DC film for not living up to your ideal vision? Well, there may be a cure for you. Introducing James Gunn, the breakthrough cinematic remedy designed to help you break free from the relentless grip of ZSOD. If you've been stuck in a Snyder-centric mindset, you might be experiencing symptoms like selective nostalgia, film snobbery, and an inability to appreciate new creative visions. James Gunn offers a refreshing alternative, inviting you to embrace a broader cinematic universe. Unlike the heavy, monochrome narratives of the past, James Gunn delivers a vibrant, inclusive, and thoroughly entertaining dose of creativity. It's the perfect fix to recalibrate your taste and rediscover joy in fresh storytelling. Simply expose yourself to the signature style of James Gunn's cinematic universe, in controlled doses, of course. Whether through his acclaimed reboot projects or his genre-defying storytelling, you can realign your film palette, regain balance, and even learn to enjoy the new era of DC films without disdain. Possible side effects include unexpected bursts of laughter, renewed hope in cinema, a broader appreciation for diverse storytelling, and occasional debates with fellow fans about the evolution of the DC universe. If you experience persistent flashbacks to alternate realities or a sudden affinity for colorful characters, consult your local movie club immediately. Don't let your fixation on a bygone era hold you back. It's time to upgrade your cinematic prescription. Ask your film enthusiast today about James Gunn, the ultimate fix for ZSOD, Zack Snyder Obsession Disorder. James Gunn, the remedy that brings... All right, guys, I'm sorry. I had an idea. I had a vision yesterday, and well, I put it to use. I had to do it. I threw this together, and I thought you guys would love it. And I posted it just now. It is now public on my YouTube as a video on its own. I encourage you all to share it around because I think it is hilarious. And I also will have it will be posting as a video on X. It's going to pop up on TikTok. It's going to pop up on as a YouTube short. It's going to be out there. So when you see it, share it around because I think it's hilarious. I think it's just fun. It's all in parody. It's all in fun. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I do see the comments here. You guys are all loving it. Hope for life, LOL. Andre, I wasn't expecting this one. Trayvon laughing. Hope for life. Got to say, Slav, I'm surprised that you went there with this ad. Shane, wow, very creative advertisement, full of good persuasive ethos. Otito, the music is getting me. Andre, I seriously thought you were going to show a legit ad. That was kind of the whole point. I even kind of teased that I was going to show an ad today on X. I said, oh, I got a sponsor or something like that on X. I posted, and I thought it was really funny. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really do. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it though, for sure. And Trayvon says, if there's only one change I'd make, do you want to taste it from Peacemaker season 1 playing in the back? No, I really wanted to make it like those, prescription drug commercials that you see on TV all the time late at night and stuff like that for old people, or like like, do you suffer ED, and like those kind of commercials. So that's why I wanted to have like that kind of music in the background. I thought it worked perfectly. Hope for life. OG Slav, you might be asking for trouble from the Buzz Killers. Hey, that was... it was all in jest. It's all in fun. It's all in good fun. And I have a couple ideas for a couple more of them because I had so much fun making this one. And I reached out to one of my former co-hosts from my other podcast. And I, sent him my other idea that I might need to get his help on. So he might help me this weekend with that. And then he threw out another idea to me for something else. So we might actually have a couple more that we do. So it's all in good fun. And I might make this just a little thing that I do every now and then. It might be a thing I do. It's just fun because it was funny. And once it gets old, then I'll stop. But for now, I think it's funny. I think it was hilarious. So and Hopefully says, you made a very successful commercial, Slav. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Like I said, it's up on the YouTubes now. So share it around. I already got 3 views and a comment, it looks like. So I don't know if it was you guys or what. This is somebody says, haha, this is funny. They're also silly and goofy, and MCU restore the Snyderverse. Oh, wow. It was a restore the Snyderverse person. Weird. Anyway. Okay. So let's move on to the main topic of the day. So, all right. Trevon says the ad is already out on its own. It is. Man, I planned it all out today, guys. I planned it all out. All right, so Fantastic Four and Jurassic World have released their teaser trailers. Fantastic Four trailer debuted in its first 24 hours, 202 million views. That's one of the biggest debuts ever for a Marvel trailer, which is not bad. It's not bad. Now, to put that into context here, Spider-Man No Way Home had 355. Avengers Endgame, their teaser had 289. Their official trailer had 268. Superman had 250, and Deadpool and Wolverine had 242. So when you look at it, 202 doesn't really come close to that top 5 in the grand scheme of things. But Superman is still within that top 5, sitting at number 4 in the first 24 hours, which is phenomenal. But here's the thing. There's a lot of people sitting there trying to, bash this whole idea and compare the trailers. Like, oh, this trailer is definitely better than this trailer, and that trailer is knocking this out because Jurassic World is this or that. It's all ridiculous, is what it is. It really, truly is. For me, like when I sit down and take a look, because I watched the Fantastic Four trailer, and if you watched my video, I did a quick reaction on it. I put up the video the other day. I think it's a good trailer. I think the Fantastic Four trailer is a good trailer. Is it better than the Superman trailer? No, not really. No. The Jurassic World trailer, I didn't do a video on it because I didn't really want to put up a lot of negativity because I really didn't think the trailer was all that good. It felt soulless. It felt like the dialogue was just had no weight to it at all. It felt like the actors were just there for a paycheck. Sure, the dinosaurs looked good, but there was nothing there in the trailer that made me feel like, man, this is Jurassic World. This is Jurassic Park. Like this, yes. And maybe I'm just like done with that franchise now, but there was nothing there that was like enticing me and exciting me to jump back into that franchise at all. So I sat there and I was like, I'm not going to make a video on this because I'm just going to talk shit on it the whole video. So I was like, I'm not going to do that. So when I take a look at those two trailers, and this is my opinion, this is my subjective opinion, I don't see how out of those two movies that Superman's in trouble. And that's the thing that I want to point out to a lot of people is this is all subjective. It's all subjective. The people that are sitting there jumping online and saying, well, this Superman movie is screwed after we saw the Jurassic World teaser. I mean, in my eyes, no. I mean, what did that movie show? Scarlett Johansson did not fit the role she was cast in for that movie. Nobody else looked like they really fit for the role they were in that movie. Fantastic Four looked good. It did. It piqued my interest even more than it was. But it was nothing overly exciting about it. Like it was just kind of like, hey, Fantastic Four in the Marvel Universe, kinda. So let's see what it is. There's nothing out of those two trailers that are like, yes, this is what we've been waiting for. Whereas Superman was like, okay, this is what we've been waiting. This is something different. We've been waiting for a Superman movie. This is what we've been wanting. And that's kind of the difference. Now, am I a little bit biased? Yes, because I'm a bigger DC fan. Absolutely. I'm a little biased. But still, remember, this is all subjective. Everything that people say is subjective in regards to this. Everything. So when people sit there and start yelling and screaming, Superman's going to lose to these two films, it's just their opinion. They don't know shit. It's all their opinion. But when we take a look at something like this, where we take a look at the numbers, the Superman teaser trailer, did vastly better than the Fantastic Four trailer. And I'm sure we haven't seen the numbers yet for the Jurassic World trailer, not that I've seen. I'm sure it's done drastically better than the Jurassic World trailer as well. So that tells you something. You will have people sitting there saying, well, the Superman trailer, those numbers are enhanced because they put them as ads. See, what people don't understand is the only time that those count as views, like not on ads on Twitter, not on as ads on YouTube, on Facebook, not as ads on other social sites. The only time that counts as anything is if it happens to be an ad on YouTube. Okay, so if it happens to be an ad on YouTube, yeah, it'll count. That's the only time it counts. Like when people put an ad on on Twitter. Like that's not that's like people are like losing their minds. That's a completely different type of metric. So don't listen to the naysayers is all I'm trying to get to here. All right. Don't listen to the naysayers. They want to sit there and try and yuck on your yum. Again, they just want to be negative because they have Zack Snyder obsession disorder. That's all it is. And we have the remedy. We have the remedy. It's right there. It's James Gunn. They just got to be willing to take it. That's all. So, what does that mean? What do you think is going to be the box office after these two trailers? That's my question to you. And I know a lot of you have already said your numbers in the chat, but you can go ahead and put them in again. That's fine. This person here that I kind of just stole to have a little something up on the screen, they say Jurassic World Rebirth would be 850 to 900, Superman 975 to 1.025, and Fantastic Four 925 to 975. Now, they do give a reason, and their reasons are kind of understandable, but I don't think that much changes with these teasers. I don't. I still think Superman is aiming for around 700. I think 700 is still what Superman is gonna hit. $1 billion is still possible. I'm not saying $1 billion is not possible for Superman. I think it is possible, but my gut tells me 700 plus is where it's hitting. Fantastic Four, I still think that's kind of the toss up out of the three. I think Fantastic Four is the toss up. I think Fantastic Four has the ability to be like an $800 million movie, but I think it also has the possibility of being a $500 million movie. And a lot of it hinges on Captain America. A lot of it hinges on the Thunderbolts, but a lot of it also hinges on, are people just sick of Marvel Studios? So that, I think that's the toss up there. I comfortably say 700 to 800 for Fantastic Four, but I don't see $1 billion. I know a lot of people think that RDJ's in there, and if they get that rumor out there that RDJ is going to show up, yeah, I could see it making 100 or $1 billion. But they've already clearly said that RDJ isn't in it, at least not in any significant role. So I think that's not going to be a factor. In Jurassic World, look, it's a Jurassic World movie. I think it's going to have legs. I think the first week it's going to do pretty well. And then the second week it'll be kind of a decent drop off. And then the Superman week it'll have a major drop off. But when it all is said and done, I think $902 billion is accurate for it. So nothing really changes in my mind when it comes to these three films. But that's right now. The marketing for these three films hasn't begun yet. And I mean, really, I won't say hasn't begun, but really hasn't picked up steam yet. Superman has the most amount of marketing under its belt so far, and they've done a hell of a job with it. And we're going to get more marketing for Superman before we get any more marketing for Jurassic World or Fantastic Four. So that's just going to help build the momentum for Superman. So it could make more. And that box office prediction could go higher. But we'll see. I want to know what you guys have to say, though, over here. What are you guys saying? Let's see. Manuous time. I feel like the Fantastic Four and Superman teaser are going for different things. Superman felt more epic, and Fantastic Four felt more family-oriented. Wish Jurassic World went back to basics, but oh well. Andre says, besides the Avengers and Civil War first teasers, the only teasers that made more than Superman's were Aquaman and Captain Marvel, two movies that crossed $1 billion. Trayvon says, ZSOD, pulp culture's TDS. Otito Yaquemi. Let's see. He says, well, Fantastic Four has got the MCU cred, so that might make it win. Then again, kids love their dinosaurs. However, Superman teaser was so unexpectedly good, it might give DC another change. Gunn fans will help. Hope for Life, 600 to 700 for Superman, 1 billion for Jurassic World, and 600 to 7 depending on Cap and Thunderbolts for Fantastic Four. Yeah, I mean that makes the most sense. Again, that's right now, as of February 6th. That's what makes the most sense. And again, you have so many people sitting there yelling and screaming, like, "Well, Superman is dead in the water. There's no reason it's going to fail because of Jurassic World." Again, I just talked about it a little bit ago. Movies are in theaters for 90 days minimum at this point. 90 days. That's 3 months. 3 months. And yes, I get that each week that goes by, less and less money is made. But if the movies are good, the amount of money it makes, it can make a decent amount of money through those weeks. And I also understand that the first 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks, are the most important. That's where it makes the bulk of the money. I get that. But still, I think these 3 movies will be fine. I am shocked that they all 3 stayed in July. I am shocked. I really truly expected one of them to move. And it wasn't going to be Superman. I really expected Fantastic Four to move because it had the easiest move. It really did. It had the easiest move. And it didn't. It was shocking to me. But it is what it is. And here we sit. And I think all 3 can be successful, and all 3 will be successful. And that's one thing that people don't understand. People don't realize that Superman making 700 million will be successful. Fantastic Four making 700 million will be successful. Hell, Jurassic World making 700 million would be successful. Like if all 3 of them made 6 to 700 million, that would be a success for all 3 of them. Now, granted, that's not hitting the expectations for all 3 of them that I'm sure the studios want, but it would still be box office success. Now, the level of success that the studios want, like for Superman, again, we talked about it multiple times. If it's received well by critics and fans and makes $600 to $700 million, that is a massive success for them, and they're happy. But if Jurassic World is received meh, and only makes $600-700 million, sure, it's a box office success, but is it really a big enough success for them to continue? Or are they going to have to change plans? And with Fantastic Four, 600-700 million, decent critic and fan score, yeah, they're going to be happy with it. Again, specifically with the comic book movie thing, we just talked about it a few weeks ago on my show. The medium for comic book movies lately is, what is it, 550, 450, 550 right now? So like 500 million is like the medium box office for comic book movies. So if they can make over the medium and still make back what they spent on the production and the marketing and what they have to pay the theaters, and then they get a good reception, it's a win. I don't get why people don't get that. I don't. Andre says minimum 850 for soups. Manoas Time says Jeremy Johns even mentioned in his Fantastic Four reaction trailer that people on the internet are brutal. People are hating on Superman way too hard, trying to nitpick every little thing. Very true. Coy even said it. Coy Jandrew. And I even made a video about that. Or not a video, but I talked about that on my show the other day, and then I clipped it out on a video. And people are upset about Coy talking about it. It's like people need to stop nitpicking. They really do. It's a movie about hope. It's a movie about having fun. And that's what Fantastic Four is about too. It's going to be a movie like these movies are about having fun. It's about getting away from all the bullshit that's in real life and just sitting down and just getting taken away to another world, another universe, another, free, like just getting away from the everyday life and exploring this new world. And Superman and Fantastic Four, the Marvel universe, the DC universe is supposed to take you into this sense of wonder. Why are we sitting there and nitpicking every little thing? Like, there's no point for it. Like, sure, if it doesn't look great to you, okay, I get it. Like, being somebody that does stuff on YouTube, absolutely, I get it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I call out the crap I see on Star Wars all the time. I get it. But there comes a point where it's like, you have to be open-minded too. Like, call out the crap, but still have an open mind. And a lot of these people, they're just calling out the crap with no open mind at all. It's ridiculous. Trayvon still says $2 billion for Soups and ain't losing to no darn no name Jurassic World movie. No name? Hope for Life. Do you know what would have been more shocking if all three came out on July 11th? Now, if that happened, well, I don't know who would have won that battle. I don't know. Ollie, are you new here? Welcome, Ollie. A lot of potential for Superman for sure. You are very right. Andre, I really hope Fantastic Four does well. The movie looks great. Marvel needs a fresh new entry instead of just sequels and nostalgia bait. I agree. I 100% agree that they need a fresh new entry, and I think Fantastic Four can do that. My biggest gripe with it is just Pedro Pascal. I don't like him as Reed Richards, but hopefully, I have hope that it's going to be a good movie, and I want it to be a good movie. I do. I've been wanting a good Fantastic Four movie for quite some time. I really have. So I'm hoping it's good. I really, really do. Let's see here. What the heck did I just do? All right. What else you guys got for me? I got about a little less than 10 minutes left. What else you guys got? Yeah, Pedro was a very, very boring choice for sure. Like I don't know. I mean, I know why they went with him because he's such a um big getting star right now. That's why they did it. But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, it's what they do, It's how it happens. It's unfortunate. So curious to see this from Manos Time. So curious to see what we will receive on Sunday and a new trailer. Yeah, I think Sunday. I think I've talked about this. It's going to be crypto centric because it being at the Poppy Bowl. I have two theories on it. I have either it's going to be like a behind the scenes on how they created crypto and how they got him to be in the movie, or it's going to be a scene, maybe a scene with him and Clark or something like that. That's my guess. Maybe a scene in the Fortress of Solitude, maybe. I don't know. But I think that's all we're going to get. And it'll probably be nothing more than like 15, 20 seconds if it's a clip. If it's like a behind the scenes thing, it might be a couple minutes long. But if it's a clip, it'll probably be like 15, 20 seconds. That's my guess, really. Ollie, do you think Pedro is always playing the same characters though? No, I don't think he's always playing the same character. I think he has some range, but I get to a point where it's kind of like all I see is Pedro, because he has such a distinctive look and he doesn't change his look. And that's kind of a problem. Like, it's Pedro Pascal. All I see is Pedro Pascal. Mano S. Time. I love David's voice from his other movies. Rachel, I've seen her in her show and interview, and Holt has an amazing voice. Yeah, I mean, the cast is great for Superman. Absolutely. Otito, I sent your vid to every corner of the internet I could get my hands on. The continue the Snyder slander. Hashtag continue the Snyder slander. Oh, man. Hope for life. I feel Pedro just plays himself in everything he's in. Thank you, Otito. And see, Hope, I don't think he plays himself in everything, because you take a look at Last of Us, he's not playing the same kind of role that he was in that Nicolas Cage movie. You take a look at how he plays himself in The Mandalorian. You look at how he plays in even how he looked in Fantastic Four. What's the other thing that I'm thinking of? Anyway, you take a look at those roles. Those are vastly different types of roles, and he's not playing the same character there, just in my opinion. Andre, they're gonna Grogu the hell out of Crypto. Hopefully not, and they should. That puppy will carry the normies in like Grogu did with Star Wars. You might be right. They're probably going to. I hope they don't overdo it with Crypto. Don't get me wrong. I'm excited about Crypto. He's adorable looking, and I loved Grogu too for The Mandalorian, but it got to a point where it was a little much with Grogu. So that's what I hope they don't overdo it with Crypto, and I don't think they will. I don't think they'll overdo it with Crypto, but they might. Hope for life. Just imagine if Pedro shows up while Slav is talking about it. Man OS, time for Pedro. He's in a lot of things. Wish they took the Nicholas Hoult way, where they at least made him look different. They couldn't even shave Pedro's mustache for some reason. Exactly. Like, at least shave his mustache or something. Like, make him cleanly shaved or something. I don't know. Ollie, yeah, I think Crypto is going to kill it. Crypto is going to kill it. He's going to be awesome. He's going to be awesome. That is for sure. All right. Well, because of that, I will just start doing this. Slowing down a little bit. Like I said, share the video around. It's up on YouTube. I will put it up as a short as well. I even edited it so it could look like perfect in short form. So it's on YouTube Shorts as well, right now. So it is public as a YouTube short as well. And it'll be on TikTok shortly as also. So you'll be able to find it on TikTok, everywhere. Share it around. Show your friends. Show your family. It's a little fun. Again, it's funny. It's hilarious. Share it around. It's a good time. It's a good time. ManOS, I don't know if you've seen a rocket edit for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. What do you mean, rocket edit? I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Talking about a small vid where Rocket is seen playing with another raccoon. Oh, no, I didn't see that. Ollie, also there's something about David's voice that just screams Superman. He does have a very strong voice, so you're not wrong there. You are not wrong. All right, guys. One more time. Discord, if I can. Is it working? Yeah. Join the Discord, guys. Join up the Discord. If you haven't, who we got? We got any new ones? Got a couple new ones. Got ManOS in here. Hi, ManOS. Got an auto killer. What's going on? Yes, Hope for Life. You have a good night also. We'll be back on Monday with my normal Slavs Free Talk podcast show. Thank you to the members. you want to become a member and support the channel, become a member. And then next Thursday, we will have another we'll have another Watchtower next Thursday. Man. But Monday will be Slavs Free Talk Podcast. Join the Discord, join the discussion. It'll be fun. I never know how to end this stuff. All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you all for watching. I will catch you all next week. This was fun. And I hope you enjoyed the ad. I hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you all later. See ya.